And we are live once again. So, for those coming from my Destiny stream this evening, thank you so much for joining me again tonight for Seer Saturday. Y'all are real ones. And, well, most importantly, happy Saturday, everybody. Hope y'all are having a great weekend so far. It is the first Saturday in March. So I figured I start a little differently today by not only starting off with the collective message instead of waiting until the end, but also I'm going to do something a little bit where I get to ask you guys tarot or oracle, because some people do prefer tarot, other people prefer oracle, so I wanted to align to both preferences today. Regardless, you are going to also get a song recommendation from Queen Herbie herself as well. So we're going to have an action-packed night today because, also I'm going to an event tonight, so it's going to be a rather quick stream today. But that being said, I hope you find it just as insightful as my usual streams are. So, without further ado, let us get started, shall we? So, I'm going to check out my queue here, and I will also open up the space for a little bit. Unfortunately, my cell phone camera decided to not do it for me this time. So, no first person view, unfortunately, but we will make things work. Okay. Alright. So, to everybody that has tuned in here live, as well as those who may be tuning in later, may you receive the insights that you need during this period so that you may move towards the life that you personally have dreamed of. And so it is. And with that, the space is completely open now. Thanks. I did a little facial this morning, so I had to go a little bit elaborate with how I'm doing, as well as do a little bit of brows, a little bit of mascara. So, a little extra today. Hope you like it. Anyways, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a collective check-in here. Since we've gone through the first week of March now, let's go ahead and check in the energy in terms of the remaining 3 weeks, because we're already going through some massive stuff between the full moon eclipse. We also have gone through a pretty critical conjunction just this past month with Aries at 0 degrees conjunct with Saturn, and also we're in Mercury retrograde. And yeah, we're switching seasons, literally and astrologically. We're about to go back an hour. Go forward an hour, at least here in the United States, except Arizona. We're about to go forward an hour. So yeah, there's a lot going on. There's change in the air. I think we're all feeling it. So I think it's important to have some stuff in mind as we go through said changes. And thank you everybody for all the follows, all the donations, all the subscriptions, just everything. You all have been such troopers. You've been really supportive. You've helped me keep going. I'm still a very small creator on this place, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. Having a consistent audience every week and just having all this fun stuff. So I'm happy with this. So let's go ahead and check in here. And I'm having some more blueberry tea for today. Actually, this is kind of left over from last night because it was so big I couldn't finish it all. All right. So, I'm going to do a card per week. And then I've also been thinking of experimenting with maybe like in short form and also live, maybe starting with a Sunday poll for things to think per day. So Sunday I'm going to keep open, so that way you all at least have like a free space to be like, hey, let me just be here, breathe in my free will and stuff. But Monday through Friday at least, I could probably man, I wish I could pass you some of this. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a stream Monday through Friday. Not Monday through Friday, but like a stream on Sunday where I cover stuff from Monday through Friday. And then Saturday we have our usual stuff still. And then Sunday, it's just a chill day, really. Just like a chill day for you to reflect on the week and also just have an open mind. Because I mean, it's your free will. You should be able to choose what it is you want in your life on a Sunday, especially. Well, whatever but then again, everybody has a different sacred day. For some people it's Monday, for some people it's Saturday, for some people it's Friday. It's different for everyone. Alright. This is for the things to think about for these next few weeks. The next 3 weeks. I feel like I'm getting an overall message here, so let's go ahead and pull that. And then I'm feeling a song recommendation too. It's kind of funny considering I'm listening to Chill Hop right now. Speaking of, I still need to buy that ticket. Hopefully it's not sold out by the time I get the funds. Knock on wood. But anyways. So let me go ahead and get this thing going, shall we? So, thing to think about for this upcoming week, we've got the King of Wands. So, the call for you this week is for you to pay attention to where do you feel your creative authority? Where do you feel your creative confidence? Tap into that and ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Because sometimes the thing you think you're passionate about is not actually where your energy is headed. And I'm kind of realizing from personal experience, like there's some things that have remained the same, but how I approach it has been very different recently. So it's time that you acknowledged that difference in energy. And it's okay for there to be a difference, because that difference is how you remember you're growing. Whether you grow out of it or you grow into it, that's up to you. Because, well, we're human beings. We're naturally meant to evolve. So tap into the King of Wands energy and find your space of mastery. So that's something to think about for this week. And then for next week, Eight of Swords. I admit, this is one of the hardest cards that I come across in the deck. I find this, like the 8 and 9 of Swords, I find this harder than the Tower, in my opinion. Because it's a reminder that maybe we're getting stuck in our own thoughts, our old thought patterns. Whatever's just not serving us in this moment, we're stuck in that. And that's not good. But simultaneously, ironically enough, we also have the easiest time of getting out of it. Because at least in the Rider-Waite-Smith version of the Eight of Swords, the rope is loose. You can just drop out of it, take off the blindfold, and there's enough space between the swords to walk through it. And so I feel like this is as much for me as it is for you. The question is, where are you keeping yourself stuck? Out of safety, out of fear, out of thinking that there's no chance. Because we have way more chances than we give ourselves credit for. And there's also always a frontier that we always have a chance to explore. Because there are some opportunities that have come up that maybe our parents or our older siblings may not have been able to have during their youths. And then there are some things likewise that maybe we didn't get, but our younger siblings or even our children will get instead. But regardless of the timing, we cannot forget that same opportunity can still be afforded to us, even if it comes up in a very different way than what our younger or older relatives or peers may have. And so it's down to creativity. So this third week of oh my gosh, my brain's already in June. This third week in March, it's a call for you to reflect on, where are you feeling stuck? Is there a way through that maybe you're not admitting to yourself, or maybe you didn't catch until you just took a step back and looked at the bigger picture? So, the final week of March, got the Three of Pentacles. I think I might turn on my light here because it's a little dark in the front. A moment, please. Much better. Okay. Three of Pentacles. So, with that, Three of Pentacles, with the way that Stephanie Pui Moon Law illustrates this card, I often look at it as a mode of transformation. And especially transformation when it comes to our relationships and how we portray ourselves in some relationships. Because we can give ourselves the impression that, like, I find myself pretty consistent across most of the people that I come across in my daily life. But there might have been a few times where you might have felt like, gosh, I could have said that better, or I could have said that in a more cool fashion, or I could have been calmer in this instance. Like, there could have been some hyper awareness of how you cater your image or your portrayal to someone else. And this might sound random, but I'm feeling the Three of Pentacles is kind of asking, what if you dropped the pressure to be perfect and just be with the people that are in front of you right now? Because especially if they've been there through thick and thin, these are the people who care about you for you. Whether you are having a hard day, whether you slip up, whether you lash out, the fact that they stuck around through all of that, they're keepers. So, what if you reminded yourself precisely that and just drop the pretense of being perfect. And just be you in that moment. And remembering that you contain multitudes within you. How those multitudes express themselves depends on the person you're with. But we contain multitudes. Of course, we don't have to be this exact same thing in one go. I mean, why else? Why else do musicians have eras? Besides marketing, of course. It's because, well, they want to expand their expression. Because if they did what the corporations asked for, which is often the antithesis of what artists are meant to do, and they stay the same with the exact same sound and the exact same thing, eventually it gets stale. Not only to the listeners, but also to the artists themselves. Because then they can't touch on something else that they actually care about or they get excited about. So, treat yourself as the artist of life. Let yourself evolve. Try new things. Maybe come back to an old thing in a new way. Let yourself contain your multitudes. Because you have them. And then the overarching thing. Five of Swords. I admit, I have a little bit of a hard time with this one sometimes. I'm feeling this month is a call for strategy. And a call for discernment. Because we're going through a lot just this past month. Just over this past couple of weeks. And this month certainly is going to be no exception. But there's a lot going on. And let me see what else we got in this book. So in the book it says, aside of discord and conflict of interests, the choices make it easy to profit and look to one's own concerns, for it feels the world is allied against you. Which kind of hits a little literal, considering the conflicts that are happening right now, which, as somebody who happens to live in the United States, I do not approve of any of what's been doing, what this country's been doing, and I implore, especially those who are military members, to not obey those inhumane orders. Please don't. It could also happen from within as well, this discord and conflict of what to do. And the overarching theme of swords, since we've gotten two of them in this entire spread, the question that I often get, that you often have to ask when you come across swords in your reading, is victory at what cost? Because you have to pay attention and make sure that victory, that success, is not coming at a detriment to your friends, your family, your work, and especially to you. So, a call for you to look at this month is, where are you making unnecessary sacrifices? Where are you making unnecessary sacrifices? And how can you come back to the person that you want to be in this moment? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does feel like we're back. And I was in middle school back then. So actually, wait. Yeah, it's fascism. Let us be for real here. How old was I in 2006? Good God. Have I gotten to that age where I'm starting to forget that already? Goodness gracious. Yeah, I was in middle school. I was in middle school when that was occurring. I was like 13, 14 years old. Yeah, bro. I'm worried. Even this song says it all from Queen Herbie, shot it in the 90s. I mean, this is literally one of the first lines of the song. I'm allergic to the BS. See, I used to give an F, now I'm jaded. Is the line before that. So, if you're feeling cynical about the state of the world right now, know that you're not alone, okay? You're not alone. So, don't beat yourself up. Aw, thanks, guys. And, yeah, we gotta be here for each other. And that's the collective message I got for March. Of course, I'll go more in depth during the week as well. I'm thinking maybe Sundays I might try maybe pulling for Monday through Friday, and then obviously usual Saturday stuff, and then Sunday. But yeah, I'm glad to be here. I feel like it's a sacred duty of mine to pull these cards. Sounds like a superhero statement or a line, but it's true. I like doing this, and I feel like it's going to be helpful, especially for this year, because I feel like we need not excessive hand-holding like the infamous gaming tutorials, but like just a little bit of hand-holding to at least give us a little bit of comfort and strength to navigate through this period. And to answer your question, Momo, of what brand is the blueberry tea, it's from the German grocery store called Lidl. It's basically Aldi's rival. So I just got a text from my friend. I've only got like 6 minutes, so I'm gonna try and make this quick as possible. And I know Hyun, you messaged me earlier about a question you had, which it's probably going to be an off-camera kind of deal, but I'm going to answer that. So, going to make it a little bit fun. So, it's going to be between Tarot and Oracle, and regardless, you're getting a song too. So, Hallucinating Reality, you are first. Feel free to let me know you want Tarot or Oracle, and what is the question you want me to keep in mind? Question or concern you want me to keep in mind? Question on Discord, thank you. So, whatever works, got it. Thank you. Ah. Okay. Do you mind if I read it aloud? Hallucinating Reality? Okay. Feeling like your energy. So, I referenced Venus in the Destiny playthrough earlier, funnily enough. Because sure, there was 2 more levels I needed to do there. But because of that, apparently it shifted your question that you wanted to ask for tonight, so that's interesting. So, feeling like your energy field is a ghost town of people I don't even know anymore, tapping in, and I don't know what's real and what isn't. I'm also torn between the new and the old. I feel that. Like, you know the feeling where you feel a pulse for time, and time calcifying conceptually, while you're being pushed into where time actually feels like it flows more. That makes sense, actually. That's happening with me, and some energies I feel aren't coming from me. I kind of want to know why it's this way. If there's a spiritual meaning to it, or some of them are actually guides or whatever. See if there are lovers coming through, past, present, or future. Through if you could. If not, try the original question. Got it. And hello, Daro000. And it's going to be a short one today, so... Surprisingly, I'm not getting much coming through with this one, but I think at least it'll give you some stuff to work with. I'm good. Oh yeah, I was just 1 short of 75. And with, I'm presuming, Daro's follow, we hit the goal. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, let's see. Hmm. Okay, this is interesting. So I got all cups here. So this is clearly a very emotional situation that's happening with you here. So we got Queen of Cups, Eight of Cups, Five of Cups. All cups. And thankfully these are all cards that I know pretty well because I've pulled these myself pretty often. So Queen of Cups, I'm feeling like it is a teaching moment, a call for you to learn emotional mastery and also energy mastery too. So the things you're describing already, they're giving hints that you're starting to do that. So I feel like it's a call for you to continue to pay attention to what your feelings are in this moment. And to pay attention, to keep going with your work with your intuition, because it's going to take you far, especially once like if you are open to the love department, especially when you get to there, it's going to help you in that realm of your life. Now, the Eight of Cups, it's a call for you to dive deep. Not necessarily in shadow work, though that's one aspect of it, but it's more so about delving within for the answers, because you are going to be guided, but you are like, the buck starts and ends with you. You are your own guru. So that's the thing that you need to pay attention to, is the teachers you come across, especially, are they helping you to pay attention to your intuition? If yes, then that's something you should keep following. If no, move on. Bye, Felicia. So dive within for those answers, or dive within for those questions, because I mean, subconsciously we take up a lot of information. So paying attention to that subconscious, what signals it gives, is very important. And I find the best times to tap into that are either are 3 times. After you wake up from a nap or you do something relaxing, first thing in the morning when you wake up, or when you're pretty tired and right before bed, maybe like right before bed or something, because then, especially like the first or the last part of the day, it's a chance to kind of like send a message to your mind to be like, okay, preparation to get some answers. So it's whether it's during the day, or like during the progress of the day, or when you're sleeping, you're processing stuff. And then after a nap or something relaxing, it's like another chance for you to give yourself a chance to process and and to focus. And so experiment with what works for you, because ultimately you might find you have a different time of day that you find that you tap into your intuition more easily. And then finally, Five of Cups. I feel like it's a bit of a warning to make sure you don't get too stuck in your own space to the point where you isolate, because that could be a tendency when it comes to spiritual work, is to watch out for that. So watch your energy, and more importantly, don't get so myopic on this one thing that's not going right that you lose sight on the things that are going right. Like, that's what I often think, especially when I see the circle in the middle, because I mean, you see how this character was hyper focused on the cup that they're holding, when there's like the fairy and there's all these other cups that are still here too. I see. But yeah, that can get really chaotic. And for the Queen, Herbie prescription for hallucinating reality, I got you juice. It's not as bouncy as Lizzo's juice, but it's certainly one that may be worth exploring and seeing what resonates. Okay. And I forgot the collective one. I gotta type that in. I'll type that in now. And then okay, add 2 minutes, got it. Gonna snooze that. See if I can snooze that. Okay, I said 5 minutes, got it. So, yeah, clearly it's a very emotional and intuitive focused time. So, I say give yourself some time to reflect and feel those feels, because they're clearly telling you something. So with that, I just sent you the photo of the spread here. So, I hope that helps hallucinating reality. Yeah, numbness is no joke. Hang in there. Alright, so, Sugar Plums, you are next. It's gonna be a quick one. Just advice for uni. Got it. Oh, come in.
So how much longer do you think it?
I might need maybe like 20 minutes. You might have to go without me. Not only am I broke, I'm trying to get through this list as fast as I can.
What I need is on myself.
That's okay. Alright, I'm going to start the ad break here right now, so stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for your patience. Alright, thanks guys for understanding. We had a little bit of a logistical problem, so I technically was supposed to end like 7 minutes ago, but I really wanted to get through the queue because I hate when I'm not able to go through the list properly, so I'm going to have to speed run this. I apologize. This is not how I typically do this. But next week, I shouldn't have anything going on, so I'll be able to go more in depth. But of course, if you want to see more in-depth stuff, feel free to if you want more in-depth stuff, feel free to go to my Coffee page, because I do sell readings on there. I'm going to add more listings as I go, and there's actually a coupon code that's going on until the 22nd. So I'll explain that in a little bit. And whoever donated, thank you so much. I did not get the name, but thank you so much. That is going to help. I mean, the proceeds from that will go towards my tuition, because I am studying abroad this summer, and so the funds are really going to help me. They're going to help me not only pay off tuition, but also just, that means like more content for you guys, whether it's live streams or like proper long form videos. I actually used to do those once upon a time. I want to do more of those, so I will update you accordingly in terms of that. But anyway, I'm going to have to speed run this. I totally apologize, but rest assured, usually I take my time with this, as a lot of my regulars pretty much know. So thanks everybody for your understanding. Ooh! Okay. So, for Sugar Plums, advice for uni. So we got quite a bit here. So, we've got the Hermit, the Two of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Star. We're getting a lot of swords energy this month, aren't we? But yeah, in terms of university stuff especially, it's very important to give yourself time to reflect on the material in real life as well, because sometimes books don't adequately cover what it is that's actually going on in real life sometimes. Because there's so many more dimensions to things, like intersectionality of experiences, like whether you're queer or a person of color or from a different spiritual tradition, etc. Sometimes they just, like, the books are at one of several perspectives, or maybe several perspectives having to come to a consensus of one tone in one book. And so it's important to get field experience and reflect on said field experience versus what you've read, because it's not always going to be one-to-one. That's the thing that you're going to come across often in college, but especially in higher education, once you get to like grad school and stuff, is there's more than meets the eye. And when you're an undergrad, you're just cracking that open, and then you're going more in depth. I mean, I just feel like I'm just cracking it even more open in grad school. Like, things that I wish I knew in undergrad, I found out in grad school instead. So don't be surprised there's some knowledge that doesn't make sense until after you learned what you learn in school sometimes. Like, I think I mentioned this like a few streams ago about one professor I had in grad school talked about cosmic law and Toni Morrison. And some of the experiences that he described made so much sense to my own. I'm going to describe that more when I have more time, but yeah, there's stuff that I learned from that class that I still think about even now. It's been like 3 years since I graduated, but that's kind of the point. And I agree, especially if you have mental struggles, which two of the cards usually refer to mentality. Yeah, reach out to people when you can, especially within your university, because it's most likely going to be covered under your resources, be it campus insurance or just whatever that they provide, they will try to make it like little to no cost or expense to you. So reach out when you can. There's a lot of resources. Speaking of, 2 and 7 of Swords. It's the 2 typical things that you will come across as a student. Because you're going to eventually come across somebody, whether it's a professor, a class, or something else, that is really going to test your sensibilities. And you're going to have to come to an impasse as to where to meet in the middle sometimes in order to get you through to the other side. Because especially if it's for a class that you need to pass, that impasse is going to be important for you to navigate, because then it makes you pay attention to what is it can I afford to keep the same, and what is it I'm going to have to keep by the wayside, be it temporarily or permanently. Because everybody has at least one of those professors. I had mine during a poetry class. And then, again, 7 of Swords. Especially when it gets to the higher swords, like 7 through 9, it really begs the question, victory at what cost? What does it take for you to be successful? And 7 of Swords, it's the threat of procrastination sometimes, or taking the easy way out to try and get away with taking the pressure off. But is that going to make it easier for you to do when you actually come across a similar responsibility post-grad? Probably not. So you're going to have to go through the old school efforts right now in this moment, so that way when you get out, yes, I know, I hate that, but sometimes it's what it comes to, because you may find later that it's a good thing I actually practiced this thing, otherwise I would be having such a hard time. Yeah, and I'm with Hallucinating Reality too. Reach out to more people. If one person gives you maybe like a piece of the pie, keep asking more people to get more slices of the pie for it to make sense. Coding especially. Ask questions. Good Lord, ask questions. Ask those questions. Ask those questions, darlings. So, last bit. King of Pentacles. It's that reminder that you contain multitudes. Find some ways for your skills to cross over. Find some way to get those skills to cross over to other areas. Especially when it's like unexpected, that you would think like, wait, this doesn't cross over here. Yeah, it does. Get creative. Odds are pretty good it's going to be a crossover somewhere. And yeah, I'd say find a new tutor if you're finding it to the point where it's interfering with your work. The only other thing I can think of is just try and navigate this. We'll just see what skills you can glean at bare minimum. And remember, it's not going to be forever. You've got this one semester to navigate. And finally, the biggest piece of advice, which is represented by the star, remember your why. Remember why you're doing the thing you're doing. Because if you forget your why, you're easily swayed. You're easily swayed by circumstance, by others' opinions, by desire of approval, etc. So it's important to remember your why. Okay? And you've got a clear why to me, Sugar Plums, so I think you're gonna be okay. And ooh, I don't think I've listened to this one. It's a song called Stretch Marks. And the line is, my stretch marks I show, so you see all of my growth. University, regardless of what phase in life that you're going to university, it's an adolescent period. Let's be for real. It's an adolescent period. So learn as much as you can in the spaces that you're in, whether you're in school or not. Learn everything. Ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, despite what people may say. There's no such thing, okay? Ask those questions. Ask those questions. And most importantly, have an outlet. Have an outlet, because those outlets are going to help you get through those stressful classes. Have an outlet. And the college ones you're more likely to have for the rest of your life. So treasure those friendships, because they'll take you far. I mean, I have a best friend who's like staying with me. He's been staying with me for a long time. So so best of luck, Sugar Plums, this semester. You'll get through it. I know it. Alright, so the next one is Dream It Possible. I did see your question on Discord. Anytime. Anytime, darling. So yeah, you're concerned about your friend. You think they're going through a mental breakdown and seeing what's their energy or emotional availability, which that I can do. And just not sure if it's wise to reach out at this moment. Yeah, of course. I mean, I tend to always presume that like they'll appreciate that, like a lot of people, like especially if it's somebody that they miss or somebody that they're wanting to hear from. I often presume like, yeah, they really want to hear from you. But I know there's some people who are like super guarded and just scared about like looking bad especially in a vulnerable moment. So I totally get it. But there's a lot going on already just from trying to pull things out. So I pulled the Four of Pentacles, which usually is about like emotional or mental or material guarding. So especially when you feel like closed off, like scrunched up, when you're in a mentally stressful situation, like I feel like that's his situation right now. Or their situation, sorry, wrong pronouns. But yeah, like there's this sense of like I'm feeling this sense of being scrunched up, like shrinking. So clearly whatever they're going through is pretty intense. But let's see how we get to navigate the situation. And let me pull out a song for you too. I'm pulling out songs for everybody. Enjoy your Apple playlist. She did release an album recently called The Isle of Queen. So let's see. Oh, I rarely get reversed cards here. Huh. But I pulled out a couple. So we've got the Hierophant, Page of Wands, and the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Empress upright. I rarely okay, let me just clarify something. I rarely do reversed cards, but if they do come up, it kind of makes you like pay attention to be like, okay, what's going on here? So, the Hierophant is about tradition, usually, or arcane knowledge, things that have been passed down or long practiced, etc. And the Hierophant, I'm feeling, yeah, usually it's like a spiritual authority of some sort, so I don't know if like this, if they're going through maybe some sort of oppressive form of authority, or something else. Yeah, I hope, like, let me know how that pool goes if you feel comfortable. But yeah, you have a good rest of your day, you too, listening reality. But Yeah, the Hierophant is very much about tradition. So I don't know if like this tradition that your friends experience in is very oppressive to the point of feeling shut down, because that's what I feel with this dragon in particular. It's a very closed off, guarded dragon figure. Page of Wands and Ace of Swords, it also is showing to me that there is a bit of like creative and mental suppression. I don't think it's happening. I got two people on the queue. Yeah, sorry guys. Well, my plans changed. I'm not going out after all. Sorry guys. So, but on the bright side, it means I can go a little longer. So, not the end of the world. It's okay. It was to be honest, with the rate that Destiny was going, it was gonna be kind of an. No, I don't feel good about just leaving you guys in the lurch. I've done that one time before for a jazz festival. It was for a stream for something else, for something serious, and I hated that feeling of abandoning that. And especially when I hit 75 right now, I want to complete the list. I'm already partway through one reading. I don't. But yeah, long story short, I should have just scheduled better. Just go fast, just maybe skip the Destiny stream and just go straight to this instead. You're already on. You're already on. I'm not going. It's too late now. They're already leaving. Yeah, they're already leaving. That was literally my only ride out, so... And I literally don't have money for a lift, so it's okay. But anyway, getting back to Dream Impossible's question, it's pretty clear that the situation that your friend is in... Honestly, I shouldn't have mentioned it. I literally shouldn't have mentioned it on camera, but it is what it is. But anyway, what your friend is going through, it's clearly been affecting their drive for life and their thoughts. So it's no wonder that you're concerned about a mental breakdown from them. Because I mean, in some ways, when it comes to a reversed card, it certainly would indicate as much, at least to me, allegedly. I can't, so when it comes to stuff like this, take it with a grain of salt, because I could be completely wrong, especially with a third party reading, because I could be wrong here. But the Empress, I find it to be a nurturing symbol. So I think at this time, this is the energy that you gotta occupy, which is that emotional generosity and that patience and that nurturing energy. And I feel like it's how you need to approach the situation, is through that nurturing and through that creativity and through that patience with the person that you're inquiring about. And obviously use your common sense, but in this case, you may also need to go a bit more heart-centered as well. Because I often find that if there's like a mental disconnect, there's often a forced disconnect from what you're feeling at this point as well. At least it's what I found from personal experience. Not to that extent, but like, I oftentimes find that like when you're having mental distress, it's often to the point where it's like you've denied your feelings and your experience for so long that for lack of better phrasing, it's like you're disembodied. And it's oftentimes due to not paying attention to what's in here enough. And this is a manifestation of it. But again, not a medical expert. So do not cite me in that. Don't quote me on that. But in terms of the Empress coming up, I think it's very much a focus on getting back to reminders of why you two are friends, as well as being centered in the state that they're at in that moment. Not having to fix it or explain it away per se, but just being there at first, and then eventually it should make the path easier to get help. I'm immediately thinking of the scene from Blue Period, when the main character and I think his name's Yatora, and Yuka. Yatora and Yuka's having a hard time. Very emotionally hard time. And it's to the point where they're just not having a reason to keep going with their art. And, well, Yuka's gender is debatable because, well, you could argue MB, you could also argue trans woman, but regardless, that conflict has or even gender fluid even, but regardless, that conflict has affected them to the point where they're having a hard time even just doing the art that they enjoy. And Yatora tries to reach out in kindness to pull Yuka out of the ocean, essentially, metaphorically speaking. But Yuka kind of sees that as, well, that's BS. You're just being surface level with us, with me. You're not willing to jump in the ocean with me. And so Yatora takes the risk and metaphorically jumps in the ocean with Yuka. And they do self-portraits of themselves in the same place. It's a very vulnerable space to be in too. But yeah, sometimes it's not really a fix so much as just being able to have a space to like ride the wave out is enough. And that's where the Empress energy is going to come in, is being able to ride that wave. Yeah, the show I just described, and also a manga series, I think the author just ended it, or like they're about to, but it's called Blue Period. It's basically about this main character who discovers a love for art while he's in high school and tries to go for art school afterwards. It's a really good story, and I wish it got another season. It's that good to me. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's a good show. Like, that show is still on my mind. And I read the manga sometimes when I'm in the bookstore. Now, the song that I pulled for you, Dream It Possible. I don't know how relevant it is, but I pulled this one. It's called Sugar Daddy. But the line is, it's my right to taste the riches of the earth. And, I mean, I tend to see it more as kind of a, even though the tone of the song's a little bit, for lack of better phrasing, a little bit cool girl. A little bit cool girl. It's also very much like this, I deserve to be adored and taken care of, etc. And this person does that. That's the vibe that I remember initially with that song. I don't know how much it would connect to your situation, Dream Impossible, but that's what I pulled, so maybe something in the lyrics might tell you. Who knows? But yeah, definitely check out that show, Blue Period. Check out this song. Let me know what you think. And... ooh, I should take a photo of these. Hold on. I should seriously get in the habit of... like, taking pictures of my cards. But anyway, I'm gonna send that in your... oh yeah, I love Gorgeous as well. Like, that song had been like the story of my life for a good while as well. True? That is true. Yeah, don't deprive your energy. So yeah, I'm gonna send you the spread right now. So that way if you wanna look up the stuff yourself, you can totally do that. But yeah, best of luck with your friend. I hope they're gonna be okay. But yeah, I really like Gorgeous. Gorgeous is one of my favorite songs. I still listen to that sometimes, like before a show or just a big performance or just something massive going on in my life. And with that, Momo, you are next. Let me see how I'm doing with ads. Okay, ad wasn't doing okay, great. But yeah, you gotta think of you too. Don't do any. I think the theme that I'm feeling as well, in addition to victory at what cost, is also, if you're gonna sacrifice, don't make it unnecessary. I mean, that's the thing I'm learning myself is, excuse me, not to make my sacrifices unnecessary. It just feels so surreal, honestly, that it's March right now. Part of my brain's still in April. For a few seconds, it fast forwarded to June, even though I am not even packed yet. I'm not even packed yet. Good God. I got like a few more months. Brain chill. But yeah. Yeah, best of luck, Dream Impossible. I hope your friend makes it through. I feel like they will with your support. Yeah. I'll tell you what I found out, after the stream. I'll tell you. But yeah, on that note, Story Momo, you're up next on my list. Ah, it's on Discord. Okay, got it. All right. Y'all are taking advantage of the Discord questions. I appreciate that. Oh, I am so sorry. I see. Sent some good vibes to Starred Momo's pup, Artemis. It's just the same pup that dislikes anything French. That's Fortuna. Okay. I had to ask. Because I could be mixing. I sometimes do mix up pups, especially if I don't see them. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That's really difficult. Especially the calm ones. Oof. Yeah, I'm also like I'm thinking about Rachel Oates's dog as well. She passed away like when I was in the conference last week. So did a little libation for Kyra the moment I found out. So yeah, I know. I mean, even though it's not like direct per se, I know the pain of feeling on the brink of a loss of something. So yeah, let's see how you can navigate. How we can navigate this period. Yeah. Sweet Kyra. But yeah, as you can see, Momo, you're in good company. Yeah, I don't know either. Clearly, there's a lot of swords energy going on this month. Well, that's what we got here for Momo. Okay, this is interesting. So, I got Temperance, Seven of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. I can hold cards. Goodness gracious. Okay, there we go. Can I see myself? Easy, thank you. Okay. So we got Temperance, Seven of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. And Temperance, I see it as a balance of forces, which is a given. But also, it's a call for you to take stock. And I'm feeling that this period with Artemis at this point is a call for you to learn what you can from Artemis. Learn what you can from her. Both her namesake and also your pup. Because it's important to carry that Artemis energy with you to some extent. And I'm feeling like these two, the Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, are the things you're going to learn from Artemis. And from your guides, by extension. Seven of Pentacles is going to tell you what things are ready to present to the world versus what things still need a bit more nurturing. And how to make the choice to determine between those two things. And the importance of being creative. Especially if your first option might not be available, being creative with an alternative can be very important to know. And the Queen of Wands is going to be about, it's going to help you learn about devotion. In particular, how to handle different kinds of situations with a degree of confidence. Because the Wands are about passion. And the Queen of Wands in particular it's about confidence. So, regardless of how long Artemis is going to be here, those are the two things that you need to keep in mind as you go, is how to go through the world with that confidence and being able to make a balanced decision of what would be good to present versus what would be good to give more time to nurture. Hopefully I'm making sense. I feel like I'm talking in circles a little bit. Oh, my old friend is back. The Mad Queen mantra for our Queen Herbie prescription. Might take a lifetime to reach the depth of my dopeness. I don't know about the attitude of, if it's the attitude of the guides, the attitude of Artemis, or something else. But might be worth taking a listen on that one. See what you glean from that. Because sometimes what I get and what I get from these songs and what I hear about. Oh, the metal door one. Yeah, you might want to listen to the Mad Queen mantra. I feel like there's something there. Because, I mean, only a being that has that kind of persistence will be able to pull something like that off. Oh, man. But yeah, clearly there's something about persistence that I'm seeing here with these cards. And learning how to wield it. So for context, Momo has 2 dogs. What I'm reading is for one of them, Artemis. I must have more that I don't know about. But the 2 dogs you have mentioned to me, at least, are Artemis and Fortuna. That's just 2. Okay, I had to be sure. I had to play it safe because some people do have multiple. I had to ask. But yeah, I know. Well, like, that kind of news is really devastating. So I totally get it. But yeah, the guidance I'm getting overall from this is to focus on cultivating your sense of persistence, balancing of energies, wielding them in a skillful way. So, yeah, when Artemis is in a better, in a better health position, I'm feeling like this may be a good practice for you for now. But for now, since you're not doing anything more intense, I think some exploration through like literature might be a good place to start for right now. Just that it's not rusty. And yeah, that too. I think the biggest thing is having a support network and being able to feel all your feelings, like the complexity of it all, is very important when you're going through a diagnosis like that. I mean, for me, it's not an animal, but I certainly felt it was with humans. Like, my dad went through cancer. He's been in remission for over a decade at this point. Had an uncle who unfortunately passed away from a pretty aggressive form of leukemia. So I've seen both sides of the coin. And I've had to sing at a lot of childhood cancer funerals. It was not easy. Like, my teen years were just filled with that. But yeah, it feels very hold your head up high. Like you've got a lot of skills. You got a lot of things going for you, and you have a chance. You like this is a good chance for you to cultivate those skills, be it your intuition or something else. So I say, even though you're not doing anything intensely spiritual right now, I think like looking like bare minimum, at least allowing yourself to look at some literature or even just milder signs might be a good place to start. I mean, you can communicate with your guides to send some messages a certain way so as not to be too intense. But in exchange, you also have to make sure you're respecting your end of the bargain too. Yeah. Sending so much love to Artemis. And I'm hoping you likewise are feeling better too, because I know you've been through some medical stuff as well. There you go. There you go. Then there's your signal right there. There's your signal right there. Take it easy on yourself. You'll get your answers in due time. Just for right now, focus on recovery. Focus on recovery. You basically went through a couple of earth-shattering stuff, so... Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get an ad going. So Daro000 or Daro, you are my final person of the night live, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this ad break. I'll be right back. And for my YouTube peeps, thank you so much for tuning in every week. Really appreciate you. I assure you, typically I'm not as rushed, but... it is what it is. It ended up not panning out to anything anyway, so... it's okay. There's always next time. It's not the end. Okay, we are back. So, for Daro, you are next. And, oof. Dang, sorry, Momo. That is some pretty intense pain. Last time I had pain that intense was probably my wisdom tooth surgery. Okay. I hope Queen Herbie releases an expansion pack when she releases more songs, because I mean, this is a really good deck. I'm getting some pretty good use out of it. I found out about the VIP package too late, because it included a meet and greet with herself and Shabala. And I've met Shabala before all this went down, so. You haven't started an internship this month, but your college didn't find you any suitable option. Friday they told you there was an opening, but you don't like it. What should you do? Should you say yes or wait until a better option comes along? Could be a 2-path spread of the scale. Alright. So I'm trying to go a bit more intuitive nowadays. But yeah, I'm gonna do like a 2-path spread-ish kind of deal, because we don't have the book in front of me right now. Yeah, it's not in front of me right now, but I'm gonna do like a 2 paths-ish kind of deal. Excuse me. So my left side, I'm going to cover what if you say yes to it, and the second one is what if you said no / waited. No, you're good. But I mean, you're right. 2 paths would work really well with this one. So I see. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you already have the answer in front of you, but I can just show you, like, at least one possibility what that could look like. So, my left side, I'm going to show what if you did say yes to it. So, I'm focusing on what if you said yes versus, what if you said no? Got a couple of jumpers here. Okay, what if you said no? It is hard to, yeah. I've been in that kind of position before, where it's like a rock in a hard place. It's like I'm taking this, but it's not what I would have chosen, versus excuse me, what I would have preferred. Okay. So the middle is like the foundation of what your question is based on. Then the left, I'm getting yes, and the right is I'm getting what you have if you say no. So a couple of cards jumped out, and I got the Strength card and the Four of Wands. So very much regardless of which side you decide, it's very much you got to focus on the decision that you can actually live with. Because if you can't live with the decision, already you know it's the wrong one. So that's the big thing you got to keep in mind as you go through this, is make sure it's something you can actually live with. Okay, because that's the major part. And my monitor is slowing down for some reason. Why are you slowing down? Let me reduce this real quick. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright. Much better. Anyway, middle part's kind of the circumstances, from what I can tell. So here we go. Again, rarely get reverse cards, but sometimes if they do pop up, I gotta pay attention. So I got 5 of Swords, Page of Swords, and Knight of Wands. So it's very much, so I'm feeling it's very much, this has very much been a difficult decision up until this point because of what you just described earlier. And also, we got 2 court cards, both pages, and the 5 of Swords, I admit, swords, like, should I get to the middle ones? It's a little bit tricky for me. But with the 5 of Swords, I usually tend to see it as potential for discord upright. But reverse often means like a resolution to discord. In this case, it's more so for you trying to find a resolution towards your internship solution. And I feel like oh wait, no, never mind. It's a Knight of Swords. Oh, Knight of Wands. I don't know why I saw Page of Wands. But yeah, Page and Knight. The Page and Knight, in a way, they're kind of grouped in the same category of court cards, where they're very much a leap first, ask questions later kind of deal. Where the Page of Swords is very much about the logic of the decision. What's the emotional MO about it? What is what is it that you need to honestly face about the decision that you're facing, and not just get so stuck on the emotional part of it, even though emotions are a huge part, but like maybe put the emotion as a separate category and not as like an outright overlook. And then the Knight of Wands is about focusing on what lets you get going, what makes you step up and ride into the sunset, or ride into battle, so to speak. What things are you wanting to change in your circumstances? Oh, sorry. Looks like you didn't catch a portion of what I said. So the focus that I'm feeling with the cards that I have, 5 of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords, and Knight of Wands upright, I'm feeling the focus is on right now is for you to focus on discernment of opportunity, but especially looking at emotions as the core like one of several factors, not emotion as like the overarching boss over the factor. I don't know if I'm making sense here. Dang, sorry, bot missed that one. It's okay. They have some misses sometimes. Okay, so especially with the Page and the Knight, they're basically in the same house of royals, where they're very much about like leap first, ask questions later. But in the case of the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands, they're a little bit different, because the Page of Swords is very much about being honest about what the situation is, besides how you feel about it. And then the Knight of Wands, it's asking you to pay attention to what it is that drives you to get up in the morning and do stuff. What makes you push forward? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, so on the left side, it's a hypothetical of what if you said yes to this opportunity that presented itself. Regardless, you could wait for something better to come along. It's just, what would it look like if you said yes to the thing that you got offered versus what if you waited or said no? So here's what we got. Oh, got Page of Wands in the reverse. Six of Swords and the Hierophant. Okay. So, Page of Wands, it's another instance of creativity. It's in the mode of like devotion to creativity. And the one theoretical thing that I'm finding is you might have to get creative about how that creativity expresses itself, or it might take a little bit of a back seat in the position that you're going for. And Six of Swords and the Hierophant, especially those two together. The Hierophant, I look at it as like a traditional mage or pope-like figure, so to speak. Someone who has immense knowledge. Someone who has immense knowledge who is willing to pass it down, usually of a ceremonial nature or ritualistic nature. And on the one hand, it's helping you tap into something that's been around for a very, very long time that may be hard to access. But on the other hand, the shadow side of the Hierophant is it can get too dogmatic. So that is one risk with the Hierophant. With the Hierophant-like figure, is that, especially with seeing the Page of Wands in reverse, the concern that I have when you say yes to this, like if you do decide to say yes to this, is how to navigate something that could turn into a dogmatic situation. Because that could be, I mean, tying back to the Five of Swords, it could be a conflict. Not just an ideological one, but literally a productivity one. You might have a method that works better for you, but it might not be acceptable to what this internship is asking for. And then Six of Swords, I often look at it as looking for an escape, a break, rest between usually a very difficult or exhausting ordeal. So if you are going to say yes to this, be prepared to do some pretty deep work. Whether it's literally in the job itself or metaphorically within yourself. And then the other side, like what if you literally waited and you said no to this. We got Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, and the Lovers. All of the major arcana cards. And yeah, I'm not going to say for you what it is either way, but my impression I'm getting is you're better off waiting. From what I'm seeing. At least in my opinion, allegedly. Because Judgment is the ability to make tough decisions, usually. Usually as some sort of like, especially the way they designed this card on here, it's usually of a positive nature, like a positive announcement nature. It's a hard decision, but it's a good one. And then the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers, it's about harmony. And especially with the Wheel of Fortune, the twofold phrase that it could be the happiest thing to hear, but also the saddest, depending on which context you hear it. This too shall pass. And the Wheel of Fortune, especially upright, usually means that something really good is going to come along. And the Lovers, fun fact, does not necessarily mean of a romantic variety. It could, even though it could be one of the meanings. The big thing with the Lovers is about harmony. Internal and external harmony in particular. So I think if you are going to say no, make sure you are also open to what opportunity may come up, and also outline what it is that is going to work better for you in terms of what position you are looking for. Because that's important. That's very important, is making sure you're actually specific about what it is that you are wanting to feel, wanting to experience, wanting to learn from in this internship. And most importantly, with Strength and the Four of Wands that popped out, make sure it's a decision and especially a position that you can see yourself living with, even if it's a very short period. That's very important to keep in mind. And then, final tarot card I got here Got the Nine of Swords. Hoo-wee. So, yeah, Nine of Swords very much is, to me, when I see the Nine of Swords, I admit I get nervous because Nine of Swords, I usually see it as point of no return. Like, you really gotta make a big decision now. And it's also something that's also been giving you, like, if a situation's been having, like, such inner turmoil, you gotta stop, like, in order to stop that inner turmoil, you gotta do something. Anything, practically. And then also, simultaneously, it's an important time for you to be vulnerable. And again, with the Page of Swords, be honest about what it is you want to achieve out of this. And most importantly, remember your why. Especially with an internship, you gotta remember your why, because especially if you're going for an unpaid one, which honestly is blasphemy, especially in today's economy, that we still have to think about unpaid internships. But especially with unpaid internships, you gotta remind yourself, you gotta ask yourself if it's worth it to a certain extent. So don't let yourself be stuck. Okay, great, it is paid one. Thank goodness. Even so, still think about if it's worth. Still think about, like, what's worth it to you. That makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. And it's no wonder you feel stuck. Because I mean, that's another thing with Nine of Swords. It's like point of no return, but also fight, flight, freeze, farm response. Ooh. So yeah, I can see how difficult it is. The biggest thing, though, you gotta remember what you can live with. I remember to celebrate when you come across that thing. You come across the thing you can live with. The harder part often is when you achieve something. The difficult part is maintaining it, you know? Like, I just hit 75 followers on Twitch. How do I maintain this steam? Literally, I don't know. I do not know. Frankly, I do not even know. A little bit behind the scenes talk. But all I can do at this point is continue being me on this platform. Thank you. I try my best. I really do. I mean, all I can tell you is what I've experienced, right? Like, it might not be one-to-one, but I try to approximate. But yeah. Yeah, I know. New goal, but I'm also going to celebrate the fact that I hit 75, because whoo-wee! And the fact that, like, y'all tune in so regularly, like, I'm averaging now, I think, about, like, 6 or 7 people, when just last year I barely crossed the 4s, is pretty big for me. Like, it seems like nothing, but it's big. It's a big deal to me, because, I mean, I've been in, like, the streaming void for almost a decade, where I'm lucky if I even get 1 or 2 people to tune in. So, the fact that y'all have been tuning in every week to this, I appreciate it. Oh my god, 23 stream streak? Look at you. Look at you. You go, Glen Coco. Or should I say, you go, Starry Momo. Nice. I love that for us. But yeah, Dara, I completely understand why it can get really exhausting and scary. But also remember that even when you're in a seemingly stuck situation, you got options. Might take a little creativity, but you'll get there. So I usually pull a song, I mean literally a song name, from this artist that I love a lot named Queen Herbie. I've linked her website in my bio description on Twitch, at least, in case you're curious about who she is. Long story short, she's part of a group called Carmen. Well, she was part of a group with her husband called Carmen, Karmin, and she went viral for their performance of "Look at Me Now" by Busta Rhymes, and they were about like 3 albums into like a contract with Epic Records, and then they kind of similarly to how I'm looking at the 75 subscribers thing. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. But anyway, long story short, 3 albums in, she's like, this ain't working for me. Like, she's in a big Hollywood company, keep in mind. Epic Records. But they're also kind of infamous for having really hard contracts to get out of. And she's like, the way this Hollywood process is going, it feels all wrong because they're focused so much on the corporate that's forgetting, like, why we're doing this in the first place. Why we, like, giving us a chance to actually celebrate what we're achieving. Y'all focus more on the profits rather than what the artistry behind it is. And so, with a little bit of help, she recognized, like, okay, I need to get out of this contract with this period. And surprisingly, it worked. After 2 albums, she managed to get out of Epic Records and start her own label with her husband and rebranded as Queen Herbie, and the rest is history. She makes these like super empowering, witchy raps, and her spiritual advisor Shabala turned them into cards. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because like her music literally changed my life. Hey, 28 streams. Look at you, people. 28. But yeah, her story is really like her story alone about how she got independent of the music industry, like started her own thing, is really inspiring. And she's gonna be on tour pretty soon. So if you have a chance, watch her live, because like she makes it an experience. What I've seen on YouTube alone. But anyway, here's the song that I pulled out for you. I've never listened to this one either. So give it a listen when you can and tell me what you think the next time you tune in. The song's called Chuck E. Cheese. She likes like cheesy 90s themed stuff as well. So like she's like a woman after a millennial's and zillennial's heart. Zillennial with an X. But yeah, the line is, I'm a piece everywhere I go. So I think the biggest thing you got to think about, Daro, is, I mean, which I got even from the jumpers, is picking, like, just whatever decision you choose, make sure you are at peace, or you find a way to get to peace with whatever decision you decide to pick. Because ultimately, it's your life. I mean, with internship, I'm presuming that maybe you're still in school or something, or you're exploring a job opportunity. I mean, my friends often say to me as much, that the only time it's too late is when you're 6 feet under. So, oh, awesome. But yeah, I'm often told that, like, the only time you're too late is when you're 6 feet under, which is very, very, very true. Now, certain things, there's a little bit of a deadline, but there are some other things where it's like, when you get creative, no such thing, actually. No such thing as a deadline. And so, the biggest thing that I know. And I admit, sometimes I get sucked back in, even me, who pulls cards for somewhat of a living. Emphasis on somewhat. I love you too. Even me, who pulls cards somewhat for a living, I don't really do it in terms of like traditional divination of like predicting this is the way it's going to go, this and no other way, this is something better, and so it is, so mote it be. I'm not so fixed like that when it comes to my readings, but even I too get sucked back into the human tendency of, dang, I'm really stuck here. I have that feeling sometimes. Like, even with all the knowledge that I've acquired up until this point, I still get stuck there sometimes. And so, this is a reminder that you have options. Whether you are 13, 33, or 83, you got options. Whether you're a poor nerd or a rich nerd or whatever you're in between, you got options. Now, accessibility is a different thing altogether. But regardless, you got options. So, do yourself a favor, be kind to yourself. Because whatever situation you're going to come by, you're going to live with it. You might as well take it easy on yourself while you're living with it, right? I think this is a natural part of being human, honestly, having more faith in the other people that we see that are taken off, etc., than we do than ourselves, thinking that we can actually do ourselves. But I mean, I think if anything, we find it more scary that there's that capability within us. Like, there have been times where I pull on stream and I'm like, oh shoot, I really got that right? And I've never met this person before, or really interact with them in a super intense way. Like last week I had one card pull where I pulled for this actress who is training in Muay Thai, and I was pulling for like her and a situation she's having with her partner. And funnily enough, the cards that I pulled are cards that she often looks upon as representing herself and her partner whenever she does tarot readings. And I'm like, I scare myself sometimes. If you stay long enough to watch these things every week, you'll know there are some times where I scare myself. So yeah. There are times where I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I still do. I've been at this for... How many years has it been at this point? Let me see. Like 14, 15 years now? And yet, I still surprise myself every week with the things that I pull. And it's kind of cool that I'm able to have you guys experience it with me. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close off this space. Thank you everybody for tuning in for today's stream. I know this is a little bit faster than usual, but if you happen to like the short and sweet and to the point stuff, let me know. But yeah, gonna go ahead and close off the space. My energy stays with me, your energy stays with you. May we all walk away with the insights that we need and leave the rest. And may we manifest the things that we desire and we need, and something better. And so it is. Ooh-wee. What a day. So, other stuff that I do. So, I'm also mostly a gaming streamer as well. So earlier today, I played Destiny 1, which we'll play more probably on Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that. I'm also holding a Jackbox TV party this Thursday. So anybody can participate. The only stipulation I have is to keep the answers you provide PG. Because I don't want it to get too risque. I haven't had to turn on the 18 plus stuff here, and I don't feel like starting now. So yeah, please keep it mild if you can. I'm also playing Dandara Trials of Fear Edition for Women's History Month. I started it last month in honor of Black History Month, and we're continuing it through this month, but it looks like we're about to finish up. We're about to get through the final levels of the game. And yeah, I do these pulls every Saturday. Other games that I do, I also do Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. We just started a new world just this last stream, so we're making progress in a lot of these games here. And other games that I'm planning on doing on the channel at some point, Fatal Frame 2 Remake is coming out pretty soon. So I started with the first game back in October, but I haven't finished it yet. So I'm gonna come back to that at some point. And since Sonic is turning 30 this year, I'm also thinking of coming back to Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Mania Plus. So those are the games that I'm doing for this year, at least until I finish those games or whatever else happens. Here are some of the stuff that the charities that I recommend donating to. Some of them will go towards really important causes. Sad Girls Club was our charity for January, and I'm happy to say that thanks to the donations, the group therapy sessions have started coming back. They're right now meeting only on a monthly basis, but it's still better than zero like it was back in 2025 where they lost a lot of their funding. So your donations have made a huge difference. So thank you for those who have donated to keep the program going. And the charity for this season is Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, which is supporting present and future Black politicians in our offices. There will be a new charity that will be posted pretty soon, I think in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. Finally, this is where you can find me outside of my Twitch and YouTube channels. I have a second YouTube channel, Theological Otaku, which I'm planning on uploading some of my school experiences on there, as well as some more vloggy material on that site. I also have like a I also have a Substack account where I write articles, thirdnerd.substack.com, where I write down like things I think about in my life, in academia, in social media, etc. Sometimes I do like retrospective material as well. I admit I've been having a little bit of writer's block, but I'm starting to finally break through that, so expect an article pretty soon. I also have a coffee shop, so thanks to people who donated. Currently, I have a goal called Operation Seinon, which is basically putting it towards my study abroad tuition. I'm just 100 short, so any small contribution helps, whether it's tuning into this channel, sending bits, or even shopping my wares on there, which I'm updating the listings right now. And I have a sale going on right now. If you use the code Shamrock at checkout, you'll get 25% off your purchase. Now, I don't know if it's per item or per total purchase. That part I'm not 100% sure about, but regardless, you will get a discount, and it's going until Ostara on the 22nd. So if you want a more in-depth reading with me, which includes a PDF report and maybe a recording if you so ask for it, go ahead and purchase one. Finally, this episode was filmed in the lands of the Nanticoke and Lenape peoples, both living and ancient. So if you want to learn more about whose indigenous lands you are living on, as well as maybe contributing to the project yourself in some way, shape, or form, visit native-land.ca. And especially, I have been calling this for a long time for my Asian and African residents. I know we don't call ourselves tribes, but ethnic groups. But it's basically a description of the same thing. So please contribute to the project when you can, because I think this site would be especially important for people to be able to retrace back their roots and their regions respectively. So please contribute to the site when you can. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in and doing all these insights. We'll be back with more gaming. Oh yeah, I'm going to be back tomorrow for the insights for the week, a new format. So keep an eye out for that stream. But until then, stay safe, drink your liquids, whether it's water or tea or whatever you prefer. If it is alcohol, drink it responsibly. In this case, it's tea. Anyway, always remember to wear your seatbelt. And, as always, may your heart be your guiding key. Till next time, I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. And special thanks to Chill Hop for the music tracks that I've been playing in the background. So, for my YouTubers, this is the end of the video, but for my Twitchers, stand by for a raid. Till next time, I'll see you later. Bye, everybody!